I welcome you all in this video where you will learn about the barter system and functions of money. After watching this video, you will be able to explain the concept and limitations of barter system. You will also be able to understand the evolution and functions of money. There is no unique definition of money. Still, the functions and utility of money can help you in defining the term money. Money can be defined as any commodity that is generally accepted as a medium of exchange and measure of value. Money can be used as a medium of exchange, as a measure of value, as a standard of deferred payment, and as a store of value. And these are the major functions of money. We need money to buy goods and services. We all work hard to earn it so that we can earn a livelihood. We save money for our retirement or a rainy day. But have you ever imagined how money came into existence? It has evolved over a period of time. Started with the barter system, then converted into gold, metal coins, paper money, plastic cards, and then in the form of electronic money. Let us first understand what a barter system is. A barter system is an old method of exchange. This system has been used for centuries and long before money was invented. In a barter system, people used to exchange goods and services for other goods and services in return. For example, if you are a producer of tomato and if you want rice, so you will exchange your tomatoes from the producer who is producing rice for getting some rice for your consumption. Barter is an act of trading goods or services between two or more parties without the use of money. It is the oldest form of commerce. This system has its limitations, which led to the creation of currency systems or introduction of money. So, now let us understand what are those limitations. The first limitation of a barter system is lack of double coincidence of wants. Barter system can work only when both buyer and seller are ready to exchange each other's goods. For example, a person A can exchange goods with B only when A has what B wants and B has what A wants. However, such double coincidence is very rare. Suppose a person possesses a horse and wants to exchange it for a cow. In the barter system, he has to find out a person who not only possesses a cow but also wants a horse. This is what we call it a double coincidence of wants. The another limitation of barter system is lack of common measure of value. In the barter system, all commodities are not of equal value and there is no common measure or common unit of value of goods and services in which exchange ratios can be expressed. Today we have money, but at that time there was no money, so lack of common measure of value was the problem. For example, if A has wheat and B has rice, then it is difficult to decide how much wheat is needed to exchange with 1 kilogram of rice. There are certain goods which cannot be divided into pieces. So, indivisibility of certain goods was another problem in the barter system. The barter system is based on the exchange of goods with other goods. It is difficult to fix exchange rates for certain goods which are indivisible. For example, a person may desire a horse and the other a sheep, and both may be willing to trade. Person A demand more than 4 sheep for a horse, but B is not prepared to give 5 sheep, and thus there is no exchange between person A and person B. Lack of standard of deferred payment is the another limitation of barter system. Under this system, contracts involving future payments or credit transactions cannot take place with ease because of various reasons. The one reason was that the borrower may not be able to arrange goods of exactly of the same quality at the time of repayment. There may be conflicts regarding which specific commodity is to be used for repayment, and the commodity to be repaid may lose or gain its value at the time of repayment. Lack of store of value is the another limitation of our barter system. Under this system, it is difficult for people to store wealth for future use. For example, most of the goods like wheat, rice, vegetables do not possess durability and are of perishable nature. Their quality deteriorates with passage of time. So it is very difficult to store the value in the form of these goods which are perishable in nature. Because of these limitations of barter system, people started using certain commodities as a form of money in the beginning. And let us study how the money has evolved from the commodity form to the digital money today that we have. In the beginning, commodity money was used where goods like furs, skin, salt, rice, wheat, utensils, or weapons were commonly used as money. After some time, metallic money was introduced, where the coins made up of gold, silver, and copper were used as they could be easily handled and their quantity can be easily ascertained. Third form was the paper money when the currency notes were introduced by different governments. After the paper money, credit money is introduced in the system where documents like checks, demand drafts, etc. were introduced. So these checks, which are also known as credit money or bank money, itself is not a money, but it performs the same functions which are performed by any other type of money. Then the plastic money was introduced, in which credit cards and debit cards were introduced, which you can use in your ATMs or for making different transactions. And today you will find the more advanced form of money, which is the digital payments or digital money, where we are using digital wallets, NEFT, RTGS, IMPS facilities for transferring the money from one account to another account using internet facilities. So now the major functions of money are that it can be used as a medium of exchange for buying any good and service. You can use money for making its payment. Second is measure of value. Yes, money is used for measuring the value of different goods and services. It can also be used as a standard of deferred payment for making any future payments or for settling any credit transaction. You can use money, and yes, you can store the value in the form of money. So these are the major functions of money. Let us check what we have learned in this video with the help of some multiple choice questions. And your first question is, which of the following is not a function of money? A. Medium of exchange. B. Measure of value. C. Standard of deferred payment. D. None of the above. And your right answer is D. None of the above. In a barter system, people exchange goods and services for option A. Money. B. Other goods and services. C. Gold and silver coins. D. All of the above. And the right answer is B. Other goods and services. Which of the following is the limitation of a barter system? Lack of double coincidence of wants, lack of common measure of value, lack of standard of deferred payment, all of the above. And the right answer is D. All of the above. Credit cards and debit cards are in the form of A. Commodity money, B. Credit money, C. Metallic money, D. Plastic money. And the right answer is D. Plastic money. Thank you for watching this video.